All right, and we are live, and I'm here with my frequent sidekick, Artistic Layman.
You didn't expect to see me again, eh, Svengali?
So, Sunday we started doing a Bechtloff's Outpost, and we are going through Davis's one stream on me, and we got like 20 minutes in, and I'm like, guys, I don't want to do this all night. I was up all night doing it, Saturday night. So I was like, we'll do it again later, and then last night I got home and I just didn't feel like it. I'm like, no, I'm not. My schedule isn't going to be dictated by Davis's fucking tantrums. So I was like, we'll just hold off. I threw a fun little meme video up on the Landshark channel, but that was it. And now I guess we're going to pick things back up tonight. But where do we even fucking begin? Okay. Like, you know, while I decided to take a break and all, I mean, the stuff to go through just kept piling up. Davis is just self-destructing faster than can be chronicled. his self-destructiveness has tapped into the speed force like the Flash, and Davis is now shitting his pants at speeds so great that they almost render spatial distance an abstract concept. that's how fast Davis is shitting his pants, and I don't even know where to begin. This is, oh boy. Okay, so last night I get home and I was chatting with somebody online, and while I'm doing that, a million people are messaging me to hop into voice chat on my Discord. So I ended up chatting with a bunch of those people too. And while I'm doing that, Davis sees that I'm online on Skype, and he messages me, and he sends me an article that he wrote on his gay blog about how I'm fat, I guess. He just sends me a link to it. Like, oh, dude, I got you now. Okay. And I haven't read it yet. I watched some of Forney's stream today where he read through some of it, but that was it. Then this nigga sends me, what was it? It was like 11:35. Right as I'm home, he sends me his gay fucking article. So then at 1:05, because I don't respond. Like I said, I wasn't in the mood for it last night. Sorry. We'll play later, Davis. I just wasn't in the mood last night. I was tired. And then at 1:05, he sends me, instead of posting dumb memes about me, you ought to be talking about this. And this is a video of the fucking New Zealand shooting, I guess. And then he goes, go 1/3 of the way in the slow-mo to see what you ought to be doing if you actually gave a shit about Christ. Woo, lad.
Oh, so he wasn't referring to the one person who charged the shooter?
I get, maybe that's what he was referring to. I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I have the video saved because I'm not allowed to have it, and that makes me want to have it. But I don't know. Maybe he was saying I should go find a shooter and tackle him to the ground. I thought he was telling me I should go murder people, for Christ. I don't know what the fuck this maniac's saying anymore.
Although, yeah, that's not really helpful to just, oh yeah, well, I'll show you an image of a mass shooting, and you have to just assess that's what you should be doing for Christ. So you should be if that's the case, are you saying that I should be a Muslim in a mosque that's going to be shot down?
I don't know. No, he doesn't know.
And then you call me out because I'm a discount crowd.
Indeed. We were 20 minutes into his stream for Sunday, and now we got an article and shit. God, I don't even know where to begin. So, what are you doing, Davis? What are you doing? You know we were done, right? You know we were done. You just couldn't take the L and move on with your life? Fucking idiot. You're insane.
We know you're watching, Davis. We know you're watching.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are, buddy. You've lost your mind. Time and time again. This would have been over. This would have been over, Davis. You know, you fucked off the internet, and then it was dying down. It was done. You know, people in my Discord that were shit posting about you, they kind of were losing interest. Yeah, I made a joke here or there, but I was moved on to like the McDonald's stuff and all. You know, and then you're like, you know what? This fire needs to go out. Some gas. And I mean, I'm almost stuck on this fucking ride. I mean, I get it. I can't stop laughing at you if you're going to keep shitting your pants. Okay. And and if you're going to do streams about me, I'm obviously going to fucking watch them. I'm going to watch them live and we're going to laugh at what a retard you are. This will go on as long as you want it to. You know. Let's bring up the article. Let's go with the article. This is staresattheworld.com. And this article from March 18th, 2019 is entitled Chris Bechtloff and the Drama of Endless Gay Ops by Davis M.J. Arene. I can't do the fucking list the whole time. Good Lord. How long is this? This is
What is this?
This is like 400 fucking pages. Holy shit. Oh, Lord. Guys, we're not going to be here all night. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I can't be here all night again. All right? I'm not going to spend every fucking evening after work dissecting David. Like, dude, you got to slow down, Davis, okay? I can't do more than like a couple of these a week. I got other shit to do, man. All right. Chris Bechtloff and the Drama of Endless Gay Ops. Jesus Christ. By Davis M.J. Arene. Published March 18th, 2019. Updated March 19th, 2019. It's going to be updated like every fucking day, isn't it? Let me start off by saying I don't like having to post this. There's a saying, great minds talk about ideas. Average minds talk about events. Small minds talk about people. And yet this is going to be a post about petty interpersonal drama. I've largely tried to ignore the attacks on me coming from my former friends, but my silence has only encouraged them to ramp up their fabrications. If any of you have ever been subjected to a mobbing/rumor mill, you'll understand what Winston Churchill said when he said, a lie gets halfway around the room before the truth has its chance to put its pants on. It's become clear that my former associates won't stop spreading malicious slander about me. The only way to stop this will be to shine a light on it, explaining what they lied about, as well as what compelled them to turn on a longtime friend without provocation. I'm not sure if I'm doing the gay list right or if I sound more like fucking Scott Malkinson with diabetes. So I'm not sure. But
Okay, I didn't finish the whole letter.
What?
I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
It was 5:30 in the morning, and you had rambled on for 18 pages. Front and back!
But first, a TLDR summation for those who don't care about every gory detail. Point 1. At some point, I said something to make Bechtloff feel stupid. Lord only knows what. This is again. He harps on this. He's convinced that I only attack the Catholic Church, not because I have issues with the Catholic Church, but Davis Arini secretly hurt my feelings, and I attacked the Catholic Church to get at Davis because everything's about Davis. Bechtloff decided to start insulting the Catholic Church at every opportunity as an indirect attack on me. It's all about me. After allowing him to drag me down into some nasty arguments, I recused myself from any further such arguments. Upset that I'm no longer fighting with him, Bechtloff searches for something else to fight about. Around this time, I ran into a couple of neo-pagans who were trying to build local mutual aid societies. I did what I could to help them. Bechtloff declares that I've joined a cult and proceeds to attack me on a weekly basis. I ignored it for months. He continued to insult me at every opportunity. I go on hiatus for a month. He continues to widely speculate about me on his live streams. I return from my hiatus. He immediately stream snipes me, desperate for a fight. I respond and call out his poor behavior. He responds, "Why are you attacking me for no reason?" The next day, he sends his agents to threaten me with Mr. Medicare and the Weekly Sweat. They're his personal army. That's the rough sketch of what's happened, but it doesn't fully capture just how odious this behavior is. To fully explain what's going on, let's look at the characters involved in this drama. Okay, before we move on, let's just dissect all the ways Davis lied here. It's gonna be like 4 a.m. before we get done with this bullet point. Okay, so at some point I said something that made Bechtloff feel stupid. Davis, the only thing that makes me feel stupid is that I ever believed in you. Bechtloff decided to start insulting the Catholic Church at every opportunity. It's an indirect attack on me. Again, I realize you don't grasp this, and perhaps you can't grasp this, but not everything revolves around you, Davis. After allowing him to drag me down into some nasty arguments, I recused myself from any further such arguments. Oh, you mean when you agreed to do a debate with Pastor Tom and he pushed your shit in? Is that what we're talking about here? Around this time, I ran into a couple of neo-pagans who were trying to build local mutual aid societies. I did what I could to help them. Bechtloff declares that I've joined a cult and proceeds to attack me on a weekly basis. Okay, after you washed your hands of me, because remember, you threw the friendship away, not me, jackass. I mostly ignored you, mostly because I felt bad you got deplatformed. Although I suspect you might have had a hand in that. But whatever, I felt bad, and I didn't want to kick him in when he's down. And I had Sargon to focus on. You know, all the complaint, all the shit I would have wanted to say about you, I could have said about him, about ego, ruining a man. And would-be saviors. I dropped the subject largely. I tell you, maybe a joke here or there, but largely the subject is dropped. Until John Steele comes to me, telling me how your idiot hellbound friends threaten to put Shimi curses on him. After I do that live stream, you hop on a live stream with me, desperate to try and troll shield yourself by kissing my ass so blatantly that I was like uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say. You kept being like, "We're friends now, right? You can't make fun of me now. We're friends now, right?" Which, first of all, that's not what a friend is, Davis. Friends can still bust each other's balls. Again, I know you don't understand this because you're a malignant narcissist. But yes, friends can bust each other's balls. But we're friends now, right? You can't make fun of me. And I'm like, yeah, but I kind of want to look into this free folk stuff. What's this about? Like, we're friends now. Well, I look into the free folk stuff. That fucking sets you off again because it was an obvious LARPy, cringy, gay fucking cult that you were involved in because you were hoping it was going to be some pyramid scheme to make you money. At least that's what I suspect. I don't know. Maybe you actually worship Odin. Who the fuck knows with you? So again, we're like halfway through this list and there's a dozen fucking lies. But is it even lies, or have you so pickled your brain with cheap fucking dime store booze that you don't even remember? I go on hiatus for a month. No, you quit the internet for a month because I laughed at you, because because people laughing at you was enough to make you rage quit the internet because you're that much of a thin-skinned pussy. I returned from my hiatus. He immediately stream snipes me, desperate for a fight. No, before you returned from your hiatus, you were running your mouth on your Discord because your Discord has more leaks than a spaghetti strainer about how I'm going to do a stream on Chris Bechtloff. That'll show him. That'll show him all. And then I didn't even stream snipe it. I watched it like the next night, so it wasn't happening live. So it's not technically stream sniping. I did a response to it later that night because it was mostly about me. I responded and called him out on his poor behavior. He responds, "Why are you attacking me for no reason?" None of that fucking happened. The next day, he sends his agents to threaten me with Mr. Medicare and the Weekly Sweat. They're his personal army. Nigga, what? No, that didn't happen. I don't know. Maybe people told you about how Medicare was sniffing around you and you should keep your dumb head down. But I didn't send anybody after you. People just make fun of you because it's fucking funny.
Really, nigga?
All right, so he then posts a picture of me when I was hiking with everybody out in Vegas back in 2013. And I guess like, oh, look, he's fat. Which I'm not even as fat now, but I mean, I don't care, Davis. Like, you know, oh, you got me. You posted a picture of me. Oh, you got me. A picture I might add that was taken after I had climbed the tallest mountain in North America you can climb without gear. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not all that ashamed of that. And yeah, I need to lose some weight. You got me. Oh man. See, that's the difference between you and me, Davis. First of all, I can admit a fault. Second of all, I don't care. Oh, I'm fat. I don't look. I don't care. Oh, you threw up a picture of me and I'm fat. And yeah, I'm wearing a shitty ratty t-shirt that says, you know, I support single moms with like a stripper on it. You know. Because I knew Clary was going to take us on some bullshit hike and I wanted to have some shitty clothes that I didn't care if they got messed up. You know, I don't dress like a jazz musician all the time, Davis. So he describes me as mid-30s man-child, $5 haircut, large collection of Nintendo amiibos and other toys, obsesses over comic books, thinks he's smarter than everyone else, doesn't read, works a dead-end job at some box factory, lives with his father, got kicked out of the church where he was baptized for having an abrasive personality. Accomplishments include 100% completions of several video games and once getting pegged by a redhead. So, mid-30s man-child. I am in my mid-30s, yes. $5 haircut. Okay, I guess. You know, whatever. Give a shit. I usually get a buzz. That's usually my haircut. You know. I get a buzz every couple of months. That's my haircut. I get fuck. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going bald, so I don't have to shave my head like you, Davis. So just get a buzz. You know, I don't want to have to mess with my hair. I used to actually have long hair, and I used to like fucking try and style it and all this other horse shit. And I got sick of having to get up 40 minutes earlier. So I just buzz it. A large collection of Nintendo amiibos and other toys. Yes, I have a bunch of action figures on my bookshelves. Will be jack shit. I think they look cool. I don't have to move every 3 fucking months because I'm fighting with a roommate, so I don't mind having some knickknacks here and there. Thinks he's smarter than everybody else, doesn't read. That's not true at all. I read a lot, and I don't think I'm smarter than everybody else. How many times am I on here like, guys, I'm kind of a dumb motherfucker sometimes. Just an average guy. Obsesses over comic books. I like comic books. Ooh, you got me. Works a dead-end job at some box factory. I don't actually work at a box factory. But so what if I did? People need boxes. They don't need bloviating bisexual dipshits on YouTube. They don't need pagan cults. People need boxes. Boxes have a million uses. Yes, I've worked manufacturing most of my life. You know, weren't you in the manosphere where we always talked about, you know, the importance of hard work and all this other stuff? Oh, well, I guess there's a reason they don't call it the Catholic work ethic. That's not even fair because you know what? Let me take that back. I shouldn't even say that because Davis isn't a Catholic. I don't know what the fuck he is, but he's not a Catholic. Whatever beef I have with Catholicism and the Catholic Church, I just want every Catholic listening to this now to know. Yeah, I have disagreements with you, but I don't pin Davis Arini's heretical faggoty ass on you. Lives with his father. You know what? Yes, I do. I don't talk about it, but yes, I do. A few years ago, I was between roommates and he was going through divorce, and you know, I moved back in with him. And since then, I've kind of decided, you know what? I'm not going to find a better roommate. I live with my father, Davis. I pull my weight around here. Hell, I've pulled my weight around here even the last couple of years when I was, you know, not having the best work situations. You live off your mother from everything I hear. And you know what? This is the other thing. I've restrained from discussing a lot of this other stuff. Because contrary to what Davis says about me spreading rumors, I haven't talked about rumors. I keep hearing rumors, but I don't talk about them. I only comment on what a public figure says publicly. But if he wants to make it this personal, then I'll make it this personal. You know, just early on in his stream, Matt Forney dropped the tea that, you know, Davis has confided in him that he's bisexual. That was a rumor that plagued him for the longest time. It was a worst kept secret in the world, but yeah, there you go. Got kicked out of the church where he was baptized for having an abrasive personality. No, I quit that church. I've gone into that on detail before here. I quit that church. Accomplishments include 100% completion of several video games and once getting pegged by a redhead. Again, you know, you get on me for like, oh, I was making up lies about you. That's a lie, Davis. I've never been pegged by any woman. Yeah, I've played around with some kinky games before. But, you know, never had a dildo up my ass, Davis. I'm not fond of the old prostate massage like you are. See, you lied just then. I guess you could be charitable and say it was an attempt at a joke, but I don't think so because you were attempting to lie. You were attempting to make it look like that was something I had confided in you, and it's not. It never happened, and I never told you it happened. I might have been, I don't know, maybe tied up and spanked before. Again, I'm a freaky motherfucker. I never had anything up my ass. Can you say that, Davis? Because I don't think you can. Somebody just said, how do you castrate Jim Goad, kick Davis Arini in the jaw? So, he goes on. I found Chris years ago writing an obscure blog. I was impressed with some of the things he wrote. I got into contact with him, promoted his work online, and helped him get hired as a writer for now defunct Reaction, and had been a steadfast friend to him during all that time. Simply put, I discovered him, and now he's decided he doesn't need me, so it's open season. Again, we're going to be here all night. We're probably not even going to get to the rest of your fucking stream because every paragraph is full of lies. I found Chris years ago writing an obscure blog. Yes, I was writing an obscure blog. And the reason you found me is because Aaron Clary found me. Aaron Clary found me and recommended me to all his buddies, including you. Yeah, you promoted some of my work early on. Early on, I guess you promoted me some. All in all, you've been a net negative. I've lost several opportunities over the last few years defending your spurgery. As for getting me a job at Reaction, no, you didn't. Matt Forney got me the job at Reaction. You had nothing to do with that. Not a thing. You lied. Once again, Davis, you lied because you're a liar. You're a liar who lies, who constantly spews lies out of his lying, dick-sucking hole. Artistic layman, mid-30s, no accomplishment. I won't even mention what he does for money. It's too pathetic. Mediocre artist, artistic memer. Huge fan of Steven Universe. He's convinced it's full of Christian themes. In real life appearance, similar to his cartoon avatar, but sloped-shouldered, and his beard is both patchy and graying in the saddest way imaginable. Confirmed incel, thinks he is virtuous. Found him through Bechtloff and did everything I could to encourage his artistic growth. I don't even think that's true. I think it was the other way around. I think I found you through him. This nigga can't keep his story straight for shit. Davis, you literally are just, your brain is so fucking pickled from all that cheap booze that you can't remember a fucking thing, can you? You pickled Davis.
I remember. It's funny though. When he first met me, he said that my beard was very well trimmed, but now all of a sudden his opinion has changed.
He doesn't say much. He just plays with Photoshop in the background while Bechtloff speaks. I won't say much more about him because of this. It's almost like he's my sidekick on this show. That's funny.
Funny how that works.
It's almost like he's not a fucking narcissist who needs to jump into the spotlight every 3 seconds. Matt Forney. You all know who Matt Forney is, so I won't bother going into detail. He and I have been friends for over 10 years. No. It's been like 8. I supported him when he was down and out, thanks to Twitter bans and all other alt-right drama he got embroiled in. I promoted his business endeavors. I tried to be a loyal friend to the guy. I have a great deal of respect for his accomplishments, but he has the unfortunate habit of getting into long, bitter, drawn-out feuds with people. He does? Well, I guess maybe he does. But look at you. That's what you do. Davis, you have a laundry list of former friends a mile wide, or a mile long. Most of whom aren't public about it. But basically, no one can fucking stand you at this point. You got like 4 fucking dick riders left. He'd been fighting with his ex-girlfriend for years. He has an ongoing vendetta with Richard Spencer. Richard Spencer. And now, apparently, I'm his latest lifelong enemy. And no, we never had a falling out. He just joined Bechtloff in his attacks on me, presumably for the lulz. I have no idea why he hates me now. You know, the sad thing is you really might not, Davis. There was a South Park. I think it was the Fish Sticks episode when like Cartman remembers, like you see Cartman's memory of how things happened earlier in the episode. And it's so full of shit. Like Cartman's a badass superhero and everybody loves him and all. And like Cartman is such a narcissist that that's genuinely what he believes. I'm just reminded of that here. Me. Oh, and he posts himself flexing with the gayest look on his face. Like, oh, see, Bechtloff's fat, but I go to the gym. Spend a lot of time in the locker room. Served in the Canadian infantry for 7 years, marksman and rifle coach. Well, that's just the Canadian infantry. I mean, that's like, you might as well have said you're in the Girl Scouts. I mean, come on. Martial artist. I've mainly studied Goju-Ryu and Shotokan karate. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it. Fluent in French and English. but I've also studied Latin, Mandarin, German, and Italian. But enough about the various boyfriends he's had. Author of As I Walked These Broken Roads, a science fiction novel which was well received by all 10 people who read it. Saxophone player. Also a shitty guitar player, but so is everybody else. I've been in an actual fist fight or 3. Self-taught auto mechanic. Jeez.
I didn't notice this right away, but remember he says he's fluent in French and English. I'm hoping you're fluent in English, Davis, because you're writing this article in English.
Good Lord, dude.
This pose actually reminds me of Jim Goad, like the one he would pose in a photograph.
Of course it does. Davis is Jim Goad. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could plenty of other things there. I'm sure I could plenty of other things there, Mr. Grammar Nazi. I'm sure I could plenty of other things there. But I don't like going on about my accomplishments. I'd rather keep accomplishing. The point is, I've actually done things with my life, while my detractors are one step above basement dwellers. And let's be clear about something. I am not claiming that I'm perfect, that I'm king of the alphas or any other horse shit like that. I'm just another asshole making its way through life, trying to be decent to other people. I've made plenty of mistakes through the years. I'll often talk about these mistakes in hopes that others can learn from my experience. In particular, I tend to trust too easily. I love when Davis talks about his faults, and it's always some humble bragging bullshit like, yeah, I have to wear glasses. I'm just too good to people. Oh, you pompous ass. And I always want to see the best in people. This led to the massive failure that was the Sarkeesian effect, and it easily contributed to the present drama which I'm dealing with. You're learning your lessons from me, kiddos. Be careful who you allow yourself into your friendship circle. I'm not here to be the coolest guy on the internet. I'm here to be genuine. Oh. 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 Oh, Boogie sends $2. Says Arini's Kung Fu is weak. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, here to be genuine. I mean, oh, oh shit. I'm here to be genuine, to discuss ideas I find interesting, and hopefully find some others of like mind who want to discuss those ideas with me. That may not be your cup of tea, which is fine. I'm a weird guy. I like talking about mathematical theorems 1 minute and demonic possession the next. If that's your thing, great. If it isn't, I hope you find whatever entertains you. But some people aren't here to create. Some people just want to insult and destroy. So let's address the trauma. Oh, you fucking fruit. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
If you're reading this, I'm going to assume you're familiar with Vox Day's sociosexual hierarchy, in particular the concept of the gamma male. Briefly, the gamma male is the secret king. It's a low-status male who is utterly convinced that he's actually an alpha, that all women want him. They're just being tricked by those evil chads, and that he's the expert at everything. If only people would listen to his nitpicky endly argumentation, and that he can do no wrong. Think the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Inevitably, should you run into one of these creatures, they will take mortal offense at something you say secretly, because they'll never confront you directly and declare never-ending war on you to prove they're the real alpha and you're just a pretender. I'm declaring war on him, guys. I'm laughing at you, Davis. That's all I've been doing is laughing at you. And God, you want to talk about a secret king, buddy? I believe this is what happening with Chris Bechtloff. At some point around the winter of 2018, I said something that mortally offended him. I have no idea what it was. Maybe I was too dismissive of the latest Marvel movie. Or maybe it's the fact that he only speaks one language. Who knows? Whatever it was, I can guarantee that it was petty and irrelevant. And a psychologically healthy person would never have noticed it. But not Chris. No, not him. He's never wrong. And what I said was an offense against the crown. I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong, guys. I'm never wrong. That's true. I'm not convinced this guy's ever listened to me anymore. I just how many times have I been on here and said, guys, I'm just an average guy. I'm kind of a dumb motherfucker sometimes. You know, I've fucked things up, and you know, I'm a terrible fucking sinner, and I got no righteousness but Christ, and all this other stuff. John Steele sends $10, says, read faster. I'm getting bored. Luke Blues put up pictures of Aubrey Plaza. Thank you. Yes, indeed. That's a fantastic thing to say. Simulated Internet Friend sends $5 and said, the horror of Christian isn't anything the man does. It's that any of us may be that delusional and not even suspect it. Arini paraphrased. That's some irony. No, Davis, I didn't attack the Catholic Church because of you. Once again, and I understand this is difficult for you to get. Not everything is about you. I know it's hard to grasp for you. But not everything's about you. In response, he began to attack the Catholic Church on a regular basis. Now, folks, I'm big on ecumenicalism. That is, bridging divides between Christian groups and trying to work together. Furthermore, I'm the first to criticize the myriads of problems the church has right now. No, you're not. But Chris wasn't criticizing the church because it has problems that need to be addressed. He'd react to each breaking scandal with glee. Can you imagine that? Feeling glee because a bunch of children were raped? Can you imagine covering it up? Can you imagine giving money to the guys that cover it up? I didn't respond with glee. I responded with righteous anger to the constant breaking of those scandals. And a little bit of disgust at all the trad Catholics around me that wanted to just look the other way. Like you. Fucking coward. In his mind, attacking the Catholic Church proved that he was superior to me. Because again, it's all about you. Yes, this is insane. But if you were following his channel during that time, it's pretty obvious that he was only attacking Catholics as a vehicle to attack me. It's all about me. Eventually, this it's hard to read what I'm doing is fag voice. Eventually, this culminated in a debate between myself and Pastor Tom in September of 2018. I'm not going to do the voice anymore. It's going to fucking hurt my throat. Much like what Davis does on a Friday night hurts his throat. After which I said I was done debating the issue. It was contentious and unproductive when we've got bigger things to worry about. No, you got your shit pushed in. Can't you even admit a fucking loss? You know, I wouldn't be ashamed to lose a theological debate to pass time. The man does it for a living. But you're ashamed of it. You were deeply ashamed. In fact, I think that's what started you on the fucking path to go insane. You couldn't handle the fact that you lost. You can't ever handle losing. That's why you're going to keep coming back at me. And I'm going to keep laughing at you. And I don't know. I guess we'll do this till we're both show it off the internet for wrongthink. I don't care. I'll do it as long as you want, Davis. Because I've been having fun with this.
Things are very different today. Where did it all go wrong?
Not maliciously. I didn't cut him off so that he could insult me behind his back. I cut him off because it became clear to me that he only wanted to argue and that this argument was building enmity between Christians. I couldn't trust myself not to rise to his bait, so I decided to go cold turkey. Like a spurned lover, Chris raged over being ignored. No, I didn't. I didn't talk about you for months until, again, John Steele came on here to talk about how your gay, hellbound friends threatened to put a shimi curse on him. Again, Davis, you're lying because you're a liar. Davis Arini is a liar. When there's not dicks going into his mouth, there's lies coming out. That's Davis Arini. Around this time, I ran into a couple of neo-pagans who were actively trying to community build. My table is open to anyone who can behave civilly, anyone who can kiss your ass. I welcome them into my live stream. Note, Bechtloff has the same open door policy on his channel, yet he somehow calls me a false Christian for speaking to non-Christians, even though he has and continues to do the same. No. Again, you're lying because you're a liar. I said it was inappropriate for you to join a pagan organization, not have pagans on. Yeah, I have an open door policy on my streams. You know, I take callers, I have guests of different stripes, whatever. I didn't criticize you for having Hadron and Furburger on your streams. I criticized you for joining a pagan cult. There's a difference, which of course you're glossing over because you're a liar, Davis. You are a liar. And I see through you. And Forney sees through you. And at this point, Argent sees through you. And who the fuck else? Everybody sees through you. There's a laundry list of people that can't fucking stand you that won't say it publicly because they don't want to be involved in drama. Okay? And it's funny because some of them you don't even know. Some of them you don't even know. It's funny watching you tweet at people that hate your guts and won't respond back. And you're too fucking oblivious. You're too fucking far up your own ass to see it. That's hilarious. The free folk. Around the same time, okay, I'm sorry, it was I looked at what they were doing, and it was the same sort of thing I've been talking about, that Roosh V has been talking about, that most of us in a dissident right have been talking about. What, worshiping Odin? The need for local organizations and a tribe of friends and allies upon who we could rely upon, a tribe of friends and allies whom we could rely upon. I can't read and do the gay voice. Sorry. It's too much. Their effort, the free folk, name predating the Game of Thrones TV show, incidentally, but not the books. Not the books, interestingly enough. was informed by historical examples of tribe formation, was non-religious. We went through the site, it's non-religious. We went through both versions of the site, it's not non-religious. It's overtly pagan. I'm sorry, Luke, was it overtly pagan?
It struck me as a very overtly pagan.
Okay. Anybody in the chat want to argue that it wasn't overtly pagan? John Steele sends $5, asks for more Aubrey Plaza. Well, you got to give the people what they want.
Will do. As soon as I finish this meme.
Somebody says, Bechtloff, no one wants you to do the gay voice. Oh, thank heavens. They said that was hurting my throat, which I'm sure Davis can sympathize with. I liked what I saw and decided to pitch in and try and help. This provided Bechtloff what he needed, a new scandal that he could manufacture to continue his attacks on me. So he began investigating the free folk with all the integrity of CNN and journalists investigating 4chan. Once again, I read the site in its entirety. You cannot accuse me of taking anything out of context. He eventually came to the conclusion that it was a pyramid scheme. I don't think he knows what that is. Sorry, I got to stop doing the voice. I don't think he knows what that is. A cult, even though it's a non-religious effort open to Christians, atheists, and everybody else, like most cults claim to be. As well as a CIA spook operation. Again, I have no idea where this conclusion came from. I don't know where that came from either, Davis, because I never fucking said that. You keep saying I did, but I never did. I said you had a Fed in your midst. Because the moot I listened to, I think the one guy who was trying to join sounded like a Fed to me. But I never said it was a CIA. You're lying. Because you're a liar. Because you lie. Some wonderful gifts there. I appreciate that. He then proceeded to ridicule it. Yeah, because it was fucking gay. Instead of posting pictures of Mega Man action figures and Super Mario posters, I don't actually own any Super Mario posters. The website was filled with European artwork and quotes from many of our great intellectuals, from Aquinas to Kant. What a bunch of losers. No, it was filled with a bunch of quotes from Lord of the Rings by people who think Lord of the Rings was real. I ignored him. It was clear to me by this point he just wanted drama. I got to stop trying to do the voice. It's hard to read Davis's pretentious bullshit without falling into that, though. It's hard to read doing the voice, but it's hard to read bullshit by Davis without wanting to do the voice. The drama is part of the reason the online right keeps failing. So laughing at retards is why the online right keeps failing? Actually, I think it's that we don't laugh at retards enough. The narcissists in charge are more interested in being the highest crab in the bucket than they are interested in winning. And I was tired of burning up energy on these sorts of useless endeavors. My YouTube channel gets banned. I still need to write details of what happened here. The quick version is I was kicked off YouTube for reasons that keep changing and were completely made up. This was after the most successful month of podcasting I ever had. The ultimate cause was because YouTube hates anybody on the right. Especially the more reasonable voices, such as myself. But the proximate cause is suspected to be my support of Matt Forney and his ill-advised feud with him, Goad. Let me repeat that. My friendship with Matt Forney is what got kicked me off YouTube. And as soon as I no longer had a voice to defend myself, he joined Bechtloff in their weekly 2-minute hate, spreading endless fabrications and making sure to quote me out of context. They took the opportunity to attack on my character. No. Forney avoided getting involved in this for a very long time. Not as soon as you got kicked off YouTube. Again, you're lying. You're lying. Twitch just isn't the same. I moved over to Twitch, but only a fraction of my audience followed. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe your mostly Christian audience didn't like your show becoming an infomercial for a pagan cult. Since when you're banned, you just disappear. Your subscribers are not alerted to this fact. If only there was social media. If only you still had a Twitter account. I don't. I have to have Luke fucking post shit. I want to dissolute. I want to. What's the word I'm looking for? I want to. I want to argue this point here. I'm not sure the exact word I was groping for. Whatever. Davis likes to contend that the reason his audience was decimated is because he went from YouTube to Twitch. That's not the case. That's not the case at all, Davis. How many people have gotten banned off YouTube in the last couple years and still managed to retain a core of their audience? Ralph Ritor, for example. He got banned off YouTube. He had to go to Stream Me. The lion's share of his audience followed him. Matt Forney had to stream on Twitch for a while. The lion's share of his audience followed him. I had to go to a backup channel for a while to stream. The lion's share of my audience followed. Example after example like that. People have had to switch channels. People have had to move around who have had to deal with this sort of shit and still managed to retain most of their audience. Does it take a big old chunk out? Oh, certainly. Certainly. Does it decimate their audience? No. Your audience was decimated in a few months. Why? Because you turn your show into an infomercial for a pagan cult. And big shock. But the mostly trad Christian audience that you had accumulated weren't keen on it. Bechtloff and Forney continue to spread made-up rumors about me. We never did that. We never did that. You spread some made-up rumors about me on here, as I pointed out, but I never. In fact, I didn't even spread rumors, period. I only commented on what you did publicly. Again, Davis, you are lying. You might notice that's a common theme here, guys. That Davis is a liar. That he lies. Miss Plaza there with her little teeth baring is going to give me half a chub if I keep staring at it. Just let me go back to the article there. On top of this, I was dealing with a number of difficulties in my private life, and quite frankly, having some of your long-term friends turn on you the way these three did is pretty damn hurtful. Your difficulties in your private life, because again, since you want to fucking go there, you want to fucking spread rumors about me while saying, So let's talk about what most likely happened in your private life. In fact, this is based off what you've said publicly in the Roosh forum and on your streams. Your girlfriend told you to get a job, and you told her, "Don't get in the way of my mission. Gotham needs me, Selena." And I'm not making that up, by the way. On the Roosh forum, he talks about how his girl wanted to reduce his mission to a hobby and told him to get a job, so he had to kick her to the curb. His girlfriend, that Asian girl he was going to marry, told him, "You have to get a job, Davis." Gee, big shock. If you want some woman to be a trad wife, maybe you actually have to be a provider. As a result, my content just wasn't as good as it used to be. Realistically, your content hasn't been good since you started streaming. You were never good at streaming, Davis. Because streaming requires something you don't have. You have to be quick on your feet, and you have to be kind of funny, and you're neither one of those things. You could do the short form videos that you've rehearsed and scripted. Those are fine. You used to be pretty good at those. You were never good at streaming. Your streams were okay when you had interesting guests on. On top of that, the way Forney and Bechtloff were behaving was too similar to the overall spirit of self-destruction I've been seeing throughout the online right. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The whole thing was leaving a foul taste in my mouth. I'll leave that joke be. And I didn't feel like I was earning the Patreon dollars people were sending each month. I decided to go on indefinite hiatus at the end of February this year. And guess what? Bechtloff was still talking shit about me. Ignore the Gamma. He doesn't quit. Leave. The Gamma won't quit. These men are as petty and vindictive as grade school girls, and as obsessive as an ex-girlfriend turned stalker. He was still finding rumors to manufacture, even with no news of what I was doing. No, I wasn't. Again, you're lying. You're lying. I might have made a couple of jokes after you left, but I basically dropped the subject. I even said that I was moving on to the James McDonald thing. Now, I would comment occasionally when I'd see screen caps from your fucking Discord, or when that sock puppet of yours threatened to get me deplatformed. Hadron gets doxxed. Hadron is the screen name of one of the neo-pagans I'd been talking with, and she volunteered to co-host my live stream. We had great chemistry, and I partly credit her with a huge upturn in traffic. I'm sorry, what was that, Luke?
The use of words expressing something other than their literal intention. Now that is irony. The use of words
we had great chemistry, and I partially credit her with the huge upturn in traffic I had during my final months. Oh, what the fuck universe does this guy live in? So what did Bechtloff and Forney do? They start spreading rumors about a sexual relationship between us. Nope. Claiming that she cast a magical spell on me. No. And then they went and doxed her, tracking down her Facebook and threatening her real life business. No, no, and no, Davis. None of us said you were literally in a sexual relationship with her. Okay? None of us said that. Okay, we made like the joke about she's your girlfriend now or something. That's a joke. I understand that you don't get humor, but that's a joke, Davis. It's a joke. It's called a joke. I get that you don't understand that, Davis. I never doxed her. People came to me with her dox. I never spread it. I've never so much as said her name on the air. Hell, I don't even say her fucking gay, stupid, made-up name. I call her Hadron because I think it's funny. But I never said her name. I never said Furburger's name either. I know his name too. Then, because these are real gentlemen, folks, they started making fun of her appearance. Okay, yeah, we did that. Which, if you must know, is that of a woman in her 40s who shuns makeup. And yes, there's quite a bit of irony in these three criticizing someone's physical appearance. I mean, yeah, we did make fun of that. It was low hanging fruit, right? Man, but it was fucking funny. So y'all don't understand. This woman looks like fucking Meatloaf. I ain't kidding. I almost want to put the picture out there because it's hard to believe until you see it, but I'm not going to because contrary to what he says, I wasn't doxing her. I'll be honest, this really pissed me off because insulting a woman's appearance is one hell of a low blow, especially if she's done nothing to you. And to be clear, she never once did anything to harm any of these guys. I have screen caps of her admitting that she was putting fucking hexes on me. Now, granted, none of that fucking worked. But she was trying. All she did was try and provide the tools to folk build, and she was doing it for free. So once again, we see the hypocritical behavior. They engage in doxing and harassment. No, we did not. Criticizing what someone publicly puts out there is not harassment. I know Anita Arini, Davis Sarkeesian, that this is hard for you to grasp, but it's not. And again, we never doxed. You're lying. You're lying once again because you're a liar. You're a liar who lies from his lying hole. I hate to go all Psych 101, but this is textbook projection. Well, we've now reached the Davis is projecting about projecting. Oh, that's some Inception level shit right here. Oh my God. Last Saturday, I decided to stream again. I had some stuff to say about the Yang Gang and the New Zealand mosque shooting. Literally, the second comment on that stream was an insult from Matt Forney. Something about working at McDonald's. Actually, he said Tim Hortons. Half an hour after I start, Bechtloff is stream sniping me. No, I wasn't. I was streaming my show, my regular show at 8. I didn't comment on your stream until hours after it had finished. Once again. Boy, we should have had a counter. Once again, Davis, you're lying. And you weren't just there to talk about the Yang Gang and the New Zealand mosque shooting. You said on your Discord, I have the fucking screen caps, that you were going to stream about me. Same person asks, if you hate me so much, why do you bother following me? First of all, because you said on your Discord it was going to be about me. Second of all, Davis, because it's fucking funny. I get that you don't understand this, but I'm doing a show, right? And it's my job to entertain my audience. I realize that you don't think you have to do that. You think that everyone should just be happy to bask in your wisdom. But I feel I need to entertain my audience to earn my shekels, which, by the way, folks, send me some shekels, will you? We got the sponsor tonight, Steve's Jerky. Get you some delicious Steve's Jerky. Oh, and you know what? Let's tell a story about Steve's Jerky while we're here. Well, let me do this stream real quick. And we're going to pause to tell a little Davis-related fucking story about Steve's Jerky. So, get you some Steve's Jerky. Steve's Jerky is delicious. And in my humble experience, it will protect you against the hexes of wizards. Also, down below, you'll see the PayPal, Patreon, and Amazon wish lists, which are all ways you can support this fine program, if indeed you enjoy this fine program. Now, let's tell a little story about Steve's fucking Jerky that involves Davis Arini, shall we? So Sunday night, I stream sniped Davis's second stream about me, about how I don't have the logos. And towards the end, I only wanted to do about an hour of it. And towards the end, I started to feel bad. Because Davis is so utterly pathetic that every once in a while it gets to you. So, I said towards the end, I'm like, guys, you should pray for this guy. He's losing his mind and his soul. And I contend that that's still true. You should pray for Davis Arini, because nothing short of divine intervention is going to turn this wretched lost man around. Now, I mentioned that, and Steve's Jerky in the chat says, you know what? I think I am going to pray for him. To which Davis immediately messages Steve on Facebook, on the Steve's Jerky Facebook page, which, by the way, folks, go to facebook.com/Steve's Jerky and get you some delicious Steve's Jerky. Davis messages him, says, I'm watching the comments, too busy chatting to listen to Chris Gas on. That man's been spreading lies and calamity about me for months, and you're worried about my soul? Fuck off, you godless freak. Stick with losers like Bechtloff. Then he sends Steve, and Steve doesn't respond. Then he sends Steve his gay article that we're reading here. This is a delineation of sorts of BS I've been dealing with from our mutual friend Chris. You might want to rethink your association with him. So, by the way, Davis is literally threatening my sponsor. You might want to rethink your association with him. Bad times are coming for you. But Davis freaks out because a man says he's praying for him. Now, you could maybe argue that, maybe Davis doesn't believe that I'm legitimately praying for him because we're having a feud. But just somebody in my audience agrees with that and says, yes, we should pray for him. And Davis is like, no, fuck you, buddy. That's the kind of man Davis is. That is the kind of man Davis is. So I guess we're back to this fucking article. Okay. Why are you fighting back? That's not fair. Last Saturday, I decided to stream again. I'm sorry, we already got. Given this nonsense, I decided to do a second stream on Sunday. Listen to the whole thing here, while discussing how these self-proclaimed Christians utterly reject logos and embrace hypocrisy, while they defame my character. Well, that's just bants. But when I respond to these attacks, why are you hitting me? I didn't do anything to you. I never say that, Davis. I'm never like that. Again, what? I want to say you're lying, but is it even lying? I can't tell. Like, to quote George Costanza, it's not a lie if you believe it. I can't tell with this motherfucker. You know, again, his brain is so fucking pickled from cheap booze. I can't tell. I expect this sort of behavior from the left, to see it coming from self-proclaimed Christians and conservatives. I don't really call myself a conservative. I mean, maybe I have a couple of times. I don't really call myself a conservative, though. Well, that's part of the reason I'm no longer interested in fighting the culture war. Both sides are full of losers. Both sides are dumb. Everyone's dumb but me. Oh, my God.
Just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Are we almost to the end? Holy shit. How long does this Floridian dipshit go on? I skipped over this part earlier, but general Discord drama was part of the stupid fight. Discord is an app that is 50% chat room and 50% online forum. Anyone can set up their own room about whatever they please. A couple of guys in my Discord were going over to Forney and Bechtloff's Discord and starting fights back in October. I kicked them off of my Discord because that shit is juvenile and unproductive. I'm busy building stuff in Minecraft. Meanwhile, Bechtloff and 40 started sending spies to my Discord. No, that's not true. Look, people in your Discord are leaking things to me, Davis, but they're doing that of their own accord. Okay, I didn't tell them to do that. You see, we made the joke about the Church of the Mirthful Bulbasaur because Davis, you're a towel. He was saying, no, you're the cult. No, I don't tell people to do stuff. They think it's funny, and they do it. I don't like telling people what to do, okay? I never have.
Is a towel.
You're a towel.
No, you're a towel.
Well, you're a beaner towel.
Yeah, you're a beaner cult. But that's when Bechtloff started telling everyone on YouTube I was planning gay fucking ops against him to get him kicked off YouTube. A sock puppet, I don't know who it was. I suspect it was you. Was on the Bechtloff Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/the Bechtloff for lots of fun lulls on the Facebook. But was on the Bechtloff page, saying that he was going to compile all the times I said naughty words on YouTube and get me deplatformed from YouTube, from Facebook, from PayPal. And I believe this was you. So I did and if it wasn't you, you were approving it. You were giving it a thumbs up. And again, I put videos up that demonstrated it, Davis. Again, spurious, made up, but damaging to my reputation. I had to explain to several people that no, I'm not doing fucking gay ops. In fact, the only person engaged in gay fucking ops was the very person accusing me of it. You're right, Davis. I'm doing gay ops. I'm going to let you in on it. Here's my master plan on the gay ops I'm running on you, okay? Are you writing this down, Davis? You might want to write it down because it's 3 steps. And I know you're so fucking drunk right now, you might not be able to remember them because judging by this article, your memory is shit. And that's the charitable interpretation of this article. But here it is, three steps. You're writing this down? Okay. Step 1, point. Step 2, laugh. Step 3, repeat steps 1 and 2 as needed. There you go. There's my gay ops I'm running on you, Davis. Point, laugh, repeat. Did you get all that? I'll go through it again. Step 1, point. And it's pointing at you, by the way, Davis. You are the ridiculous thing we're pointing at. Step 2, laugh. You are the thing we're laughing at because you are laughable. Step 3, repeat. As you continue to shit your pants, we continue to laugh. You getting those gay ops here, Davis? You know it's complicated. It was very complicated. I had to sit down with my Discord people. We had to go over it. We had to practice. It was very complicated. We had to make sure we got it right.
Are you ready? Okay. Now the first and only step is to hold down R2. Are you still following me? Hold down R2. Okay. And L2. And here's the tricky bit. At the same time.
People are asking who this lovely lady Luke is throwing up. Well, this was a request by John Steele, and this is an actress that was on a show called Parks and Rec. So, you know, and she's been in other stuff, but that's the primary thing she's famous for. Where were we? Okay, so that was a Discord German. Medicare is their personal army. Defending myself from made-up attacks last night really rustled their jimmies. I can only presume that there was a panicked meeting on Bechtloff's Discord server Sunday night. If by panic you mean everybody was laughing at you, because Monday morning I had 2 people message me from whom I hadn't spoken to in months. The kid I kicked off my Discord for starting fights, who's now best buds with the people he was insulting back then, united to their hatred of yours truly. Are you talking about Tom Bombadil? It's interesting. Tom Bombadil, of all people, had a bit of a redemption arc. But eventually he saw through your bullshit, and he sort of snuck his way. I had banned him from my Discord, and it wasn't because he was starting fights. It was because he was just annoying everybody. And, you know, if nobody's having fun on my Discord, then it's not fun. I really, really hate to use the ban hammer. I'm not a pussy like you that hides behind the ban hammer, Davis. But I have to make sure people are having fun, you know, because otherwise it's not fun. That's what we're there for. We're having some fun. So I banned Tom Bombadil. He kind of snuck his way back in, but he was behaving. So I just let him be back in. You know, I didn't have anything against him. I actually took a vote on the Discord. I was like, you know, should we ban him or not? It was about 2/3 said to ban him. And the reason I took the vote is because like 6 people came to me and told me to ban him. They wanted me to ban him. You know, and you got to give the people what they want. But he snuck his way back in, and he's been behaving. He hasn't been spurging out and just ruining shit for everybody. I mean, he still argues with people, but I don't care. It's fine. Unlike you, I don't care if people argue. I don't sit there and cry. Mom and Dad are fighting like you. But that's what happened. Okay, so I guess he's the one you're talking about here. I don't really know Tom Bombadil. He's just some guy that hops in my Discord and my chat. Okay, I never really had anything against him, even when he was spurging a lot. But I don't really know him either. You know, he seems like he's just some kid that spurgs on the internet sometimes. I mean, you know, who hasn't been an asshole on the internet sometimes? I don't hold it against him. You know, who hasn't made an ass of themselves once in a while? I mean, you do it all the time, Davis. You just don't know. Both wound up accusing me of being the villain and attacking them without provocation, of being a coward, etc., ad nauseum, and ultimately threatened me with Mr. Medicare and the Weekly Sweat, who are apparently Bechtloff's personal army. And here he quotes Forney saying, I really don't care, but that's the difference between you and me. Take my advice, do what you said you were going to do, and go offline, finish your studies, get the job, and make money. You very nearly called down Medicare on your ass and were solely saved because he's found a bigger locale. For fuck's sake, the Weekly Sweat were contemplating doing a show making fun of you. Yes, you almost got Medicare's attention, Davis. Medicare was on a stream a few weeks, and he was like, are there any videos of Davis Arini I could watch? That's just a fact. I don't know Medicare. I had him on the channel once, and it was cool of him to hop on here. You know, he seems like a really cool guy. He's got a good sense of, you know, realizing the internet's just for fun. You know, he doesn't think he's a fucking savior of the West like you. Seems like a cool guy. But no, I don't have any direct line to Medicare. People were pointing out the fact that Medicare was starting to sniff around you. And that if you keep publicly shitting your pants, maybe you would catch his attention. And I don't know how you deal with that. Like, if you can't handle me laughing at you, good God. That'd trigger you into a coma, wouldn't it? We're almost done with this article, and I don't think we're going to even get to Davis's stream because like I said, I don't want to be here all night. Dear Bechtloff, Forney, and Luke, please fuck off. I ignored you for months, only started responding when it was clear you wouldn't stop, and now you have the audacity to play the victim. I'm not playing a victim. Davis, there's nothing you can say that's going to hurt me. You understand that? There's a few things you'll say that will get me to be like shocked at how repulsive you are, sure. But you're never going to actually hurt me. You can't. Partly because I have this thing that you can't even grasp, and it's called humility. And as I said before, I have another thing that you'll never grasp, but I'm not going to let you in on what that one is. But it's something else that's right in front of you, and you'll never grasp it. Partly because you didn't have you can't even see it because you don't have the first thing I mentioned. But you can sit here and you can say, "Oh, Bechtloff's a man-child. Look, I have a picture of him. He looks fat." Okay, you got me. Oh, I'm kind of fat. I'm not even as fat as I was in that picture, but yeah, you got me. I'm kind of fat. And then you sit there flexing with a gay fucking look on your face, like you're about to hit the glory hole. Oh, you sure showed me, Davis. That's the thing. You can't hurt me. You understand that, Davis? You can't. Even if you followed through on your gay sock puppets threats and somehow got me deplatformed, so fucking what? This isn't a job to me. This is a hobby. This is a creative outlet. It's at best, I guess, a second job because it does make me some money. I don't even really consider it that. This is just fun. I'm just having some fun, Davis. And there's no shortage of other things I can do for fun. It's a great big world out there, all right? It's fun to laugh at retards on the internet, but there's a lot of other things that are fun. And unlike you, I'm not afraid to have fun. Oh, I know I'm a man-child. Oh, icky man-child. I seem to remember this guy. He wrote some books about like a witch and a lion in a closet or something like that. But he said this one thing that I thought was really brilliant. He said, when I became a man, I put away childish things. And the most childish thing of all is to be obsessed with appearing grown up.
So what I miss?
I'm just wrapping up this article. But I'm at the Dear Bechtloff and Forney, please fuck off. But he's talking about how I'm playing the victim, and I just was mentioning, like, I'm not playing a victim, Davis. You can't hurt me. You can't actually hurt me. What are you gonna say? I'm fat? Oh, big deal. Oh, he plays with Mario. Oh, you're letting some sort of cat out of the bag. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew I liked Nintendo. I kept it a secret. You can't actually hurt me, Davis. Write a million fucking articles like this. It doesn't matter. I'll just be laughing at you. We'll be laughing about how you're a pompous, bisexual fucking narcissist till the end of time. You can't hurt me, Davis. Because I don't take myself that seriously. Oh, Bechtloff's fat. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. You got me. Oh, Bechtloff likes Mario. Yeah, Mario's fun. Fucking great games. Bechtloff reads Spider-Man comics. Well, not so much anymore. They've kind of wrecked it. But yeah, I did enjoy me some Spider-Man comics. The fuck's your point? Bechtloff's a camel male. Oh, okay, sure. Yay. Not the one running around claiming to be fucking alpha. What was it? Cynic in Chief said Bechtloff's probably a Delta male. He's the everyman. You know, maybe at my absolute coolest, I'd be a Sigma because I don't want to be in charge. But I
that
here,
sociosexual hierarchy is gay.
I mean, look, it's a useful tool. I like it. It's a useful tool, but that's all it is. Okay. When people take it as like, you're this, you're that, it's more a useful tool to describe behavior. Okay. Because, a person could fall on one end of this spectrum and one day and another end another. It's a useful tool to describe behavior. Sure. I think it's more useful than just the alpha and beta binary. I think that's a little too simplistic. I like it as a useful tool to just sort of describe behavior. But so what, Davis? I'm not going to sit here and talk. Oh, I know you're the guy. Whatever. Who fucking cares? That's the point, Davis. You can't hurt me. You understand that? You do not have the capacity to hurt me. Like, people have joked about, like, oh, we should get Bechtloff to do, like, a Worski Tonka fight. And you know what? I'd be up for that. But here's the thing, Davis. I would just think it would be kind of a cool experience. I got some buddies that are into sports medicine. It would be a good excuse to get my ass in better shape and train. And you know what? You could beat me up in the ring. You could actually kill me in the ring. And it wouldn't change the fact that you're a bisexual, narcissistic laughingstock. Nothing I said would be less true if you punched me in the face. You still joined a pagan cult. You can't hurt me, Davis. I'm not sitting here playing the victim. I am laughing at you. And I will continue to laugh at you for as long as you continue to be laughable, which it appears will be for the rest of your miserable life until your until your liver finally gives out.
So the next 5 years, basically. Oh, yeah, I went there.
I mean, shit, if we got in the ring, Davis, all I'd have to do is get one good punch to your midsection and you'd die 4 hours later from toxic shock as your liver explodes.
Since you're already calling him bisexual, did you bring up what I brought up on my
I
stream?
mentioned in your stream that you dropped the T on that. And I might have made jokes about it before, but I tried to avoid it because contrary to him, what he says I was spreading rumors. I was commenting on what a public figure did publicly. But yeah, everybody's known that for a while. People have tried to shove that in my face before and say, how can you hang out with this guy? And I'm like, look, back when I was friends with him, I'm like, look, I don't know what he had going on in his past. I'm certainly not as pure as a driven snow myself. He seems like he's a Christian now and he's repentant, which he doesn't now. Now he brags about how much ass he gets. Usually saying ass, I'd like to note.
The Canadian Jim Goad strikes again.
All right, let me finish reading this here. Okay, so at most, it's I seriously doubt any of the Irony Bros are interested in a petty squabble about nothing between four D-list Eastlevs. At most, it seems amusing when they hear your version. Irene joined a cult, sold his soul to a woman in her 40s. He's gone cray-cray. But the moment they start looking into it, they'll see it's just three losers have accomplished it. Yeah, bet on that, Davis. He goes on, he goes, hey, guys, like Cernovich says, you do you, man. Kindly fuck off back to your Discord and your YouTube channels and get off my dick. Talk about your Mega Man action figures and your endless beef with the alt-right and whatever else floats your boat. I don't fucking care, but you forced me to care, so I've written this piece. No, Davis, I think I'll continue to talk about you as long as you continue to be laughable. The moment you stop gossiping me is the moment I stop giving a shit about what you're doing. It's the moment I stop pointing out what hypocrites and losers you are. Leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone. Go tend to your own gardens. Folks, I hope this is the end of it. I think Bechtloff is starting to get the message. His defensiveness and panic suggest that he might be. Oh, how wrong you are. And if I was thinking of giving this up after that sentence, nope. But I wasn't. But somehow I suspect there's going to be more bullshit from these before these jokers get lost. as I said earlier, learn a lesson from me and be careful who you let into your life. I'll update this page with any forthcoming drama. Final thoughts. Let me read the update. This is a bit more interesting. After kicking many of Bechtloff's double agents out from my Discord, somebody flagged my account. Your account posted images of gore, animal cruelty, and/or content intended to shock others. Obviously, I did no such thing. Again, we see people accusing me of plotting to get them banned, and are the only ones doing the actual plotting. Matt Forney posted a 2-hour live stream attacking me the entire time. It could be
It's actually
summed
3
up.
hours, but again, Davis has no concept of chronology, so
It can be summed up by one single, by a single one of his statements. Yes, Arini, we're making fun of you. You're pathetic, and it's fun. We're the asshole kids at the zoo poking the animals with sticks. It's a perfect metaphor. The spoiled, overweight child ridiculing and attacking the noble creature thanks to the safety offered by bars. In this case, men like Bechtloff and Forney would do nothing without an internet screen to hide behind. These men are not good people. No upright, moral person should have anything to do with them. Okay, let's address Arini's fucking Discord getting nuked. Arini, you have a bunch of morons in your Are You Dead from your gay pagan cult talking about killing people and killing themselves and fucking doing drugs and all sorts of illegal, immoral shit. And you basically you let in a bunch of Fed posting and you're surprised you got nuked. Once again, Davis, you shit your pants and try to blame others. And by the way, you started a new fucking Discord, and I saw somebody share the link, and you had like 10 people in it. Because that's the crowd you can draw at this point. I have 69 people, giggity, watching me make fun of you at 1:30 in the morning.
I had like 90 people watching my stream at peak.
Davis, you couldn't draw 60 people to your fucking funeral.
Or 60 flies to the funeral.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. You tell me what it's all about, Davis.
And I didn't even finish your Sunday stream because, as I said earlier, you have been shitting your pants faster than I can keep up.
Shitting his pants faster than he can bring out the mop.
I joked with Forney, and I joked at the beginning of the stream. Davis has tapped into the Speed Force, and he can now shit his pants at speeds that render spatial distance an abstract concept. He is the Barry Allen of pants shitting retardation.
He's shitting his pants so hard he's going to hit orbit soon. We'll be seeing him like flying around. Maybe he'll collide into Mir or whatever that space station is up there. Speaking of which, did you know he was also on Twitter? He was trying to marshal Nick Fuentes and Joe the Boomer to go after us.
Yeah, I'm sure Nick Fuentes is going to hang out, is going to side with the idiot who joined a pagan cult. Anyone would have to, if Nick Fuentes bought into your bullshit for a second, all I would have to do is say, hey, Nick, here's the Free Folks website. This is the organization Davis joined. What do you think? And that'd be the end of it, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've shared all of, a lot of what Davis has done with the Irony Bros. I've shared it with the Brap server and the Fuentes server before that got nuked, with the Weekly Sweat guys. They all think Davis is a joke, all of them. And the only reason they haven't gone after him harder is because he's so irrelevant at this point that it would be like going after an ant with a bazooka. That's the only thing that saved Dave. That's what saved him from getting the Medicare treatment, because Medicare found bigger, more important targets to go after.
Yeah, Medicare was bored one morning and said, "Let me look for a Davis Arini video," and then he was like, "Oh, I can't find him on YouTube. Let me look for something else." Yeah, the fact that your channel got nuked is what saved you from that shitstorm, buddy. So I guess you should thank Jim Goad. Somebody, Craig Langley in the chat says, I bet Arini could draw 60 people to a bathhouse.
Yeah, in fact, I was actually just on. Well, technically, I still.
Real quick, sorry. One people just mentioned nobody actually shared a link to Davis's Discord. It was a parody server. They were just fucking around. Okay, so there you go. Record corrected.
It's still funny as shit. I was about to say I was actually just on a live stream. Well, technically, I still am, but I'm on my Discord is muted. I was talking with Sharia LaBouffe, and he asked me about the whole Arini thing, and he's just like. Good God, these Wignat pagans are fucking pathetic. I might go back there after we're done. But yeah, all I have to do is explain the Arini story and like the basic details of it. Turn off everyone. Okay.
No, you're just making it up. You're just making lies up, Forney. He didn't really join a pagan cult. That's just a malicious lie.
And you know what's funny is like. He's accusing me on Twitter now of bearing false witness when he's running around falsely accusing us of getting him banned from Discord. You got an alibi, Bechtloff, for God's sake. You're at. I mean, obviously we didn't do it because Davis is a fucking paranoid loser. But like, you were at work this entire time, and you know, I've been getting banned. Like a ton of people have been getting banned from Discord. Like Discord's been cracking down ever since the mosque shooting. A bunch of people in the BRAP Discord got banned. So that's probably the more likely culprit. But no,
I'm sure his Wignat fucking friends and his idiot fucking pagan friends were talking about how great the shooting was. Probably, I bet you that's what happened.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, Catherine endorses white nationalist terrorism because she's a barren fucking loser who wants to kill herself. God, next to the time I spent with Ann Sturzinger, my time spent defending and being friends with Davis Arini is one of the biggest regrets of my life. It really is. I cannot believe I wasted so much of my time defending this guy after his numerous fuck-ups. Standing with him through thick and thin, because that's what you do with a friend. And then he goes and does this.
Well, as I said, when he's convinced that I made him feel stupid, or he made me feel stupid, and that's why I was attacking the Catholic Church. Because of course, I can't have a beef with the Catholic Church for any other reason than I was mad at Davis, because everything revolves around Davis.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention this on the stream, but I remember when I first encountered Arini online, when he submitted an article to my old website in Malafati. And he had because everyone on the site had their bio and their picture, he sent in a picture of himself. And I look at the picture, and it's him in a cheap leather jacket with an unlit cigarette in his mouth and wearing sunglasses. Like, he's trying to look cool, but the cigarette isn't even lit. He looks like a little kid playing dress up. And my first thought is, who the fuck does this faggot think he is trying to look cool? That initial gut reaction was the one I should have stuck with. This was back in 2011. Actually, I'll send you the picture to Luke. It's probably still on the internet. It's so ridiculous looking.
Yeah, like I said, he thinks I made Bechtloff feel stupid. Well, in a way you did, Davis. Because when I look back at all the time I defended you, I feel stupid about it. I feel very stupid about it. Now, thankfully, unlike you, I can just move on from that because I fuck up all the time. I'm a big old fuck up. I'm dumb. Okay, I'm a dumb motherfucker sometimes. I'm just your average guy, and I fuck up a lot. And so I can move on. I'm just like, well, that was wrong. I shouldn't have defended that idiot. But yes, defending you for as long as I did was shameful. We're not even going to get to the fucking other bits of the stream tonight. I'm not going to be here till fucking 4 in the morning on this shit.
Is it even worth it? It's probably just a less concise version of what the article already went over.
He doesn't have the logos.
Oh, excuse me, Lagos.
You don't, okay? Because Logos is Christ. John Steele wants in. I'll let John Steele hop in.
Okay.
Lordy.
Okay, Luke, I found the image. I'm sending it to you over Skype. This is This is the picture I was talking about that Davis was using for his IMF profile years ago when I first encountered him online.
Somebody in the chat just says, "I feel bad for Davis. In all honesty, well, you should. You should. Now, don't let that pity. Don't let him. Don't let him ever take advantage.
See, look, just put it up. Look at the fucking picture. Look at this. This pretentious faggot, this mincing goddamn lisping queen.
Guys, in all seriousness, could you take that away from my future wife? That's not appropriate. Look, take Aubrey down because I don't want her associated with that image. Please.
Look at that.
Well, one Satanist to another.
Thanks, Luke.
I'm afraid.
Oh God, that's.
Arini may have inadvertently gotten his revenge. He might end up killing Bechtloff through laughter right now.
Oh. There's a club in Lancaster called the Chameleon Club, and a girl I used to date, she dragged me to it a couple of times. I'm not a club guy, but she dragged me there a couple of times. And I remember this was like 2004. I saw two people two dudes making out at the bar, and that was the gayest thing I ever seen until I saw Davis's headshot here.
That's pretty good. Hey, but guys, maybe we should chill out about talking about his sex life. I don't know. Maybe that's out of bounds. I don't know.
Well, no, it's not, and the reason is because he was lying about mine. He was going on about, I'm a gamma male that can't get laid, and I got pegged by a redhead once. So you know what, Davis? You opened up this box. You opened up the box. You opened it.
Yeah. He's accusing us of spreading rumors about him, like sexual rumors, and I revealed stuff he told me back years ago for the first time ever. I sat on that out of respect for him.
And I heard that rumor forever, and I sat on it until Matt Forney threw it public. And you know what? Okay, it's out there. Now I'm fine.
Yeah, I sat on it too, but unlike you guys, I had an actual curse put on me, and I still sat on it.
Well, Davis also sat on it, but that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, someone just said in the chat, how long till before one of you autists finds his youth porn channel? It might still be up. He might have deleted it, but like you guys gotta work hard and find that. YouPorn, Pornhub, Spankwire. I don't remember the exact site, but I know it's out there.
Dude, that is so fucking gay. God, like that's like the kind of pose a middle schooler does for his class photo because he thinks it looks cool. It's an unlit cigarette in his mouth. My God.
Caption this photo.
This is the guy that
just dropped.
This is the guy that likes to be like, everyone's cosplaying but me. Look at this nigga cosplaying.
Super chat.
Okay, super chat.
Stupid chat.
So, some dude Sam sends $2 and says Edgy Arini just cucked John Steele. Yeah, he was putting the moves on Audrey. Oh yeah, he's like, hey baby. He'll be giving her some posloads when he comes. Oh my God, look at him. Oh, dude. And Davis, you thought you were making fun of me because you put up a picture of me where I look kind of fat? Oh, yeah, I'm kind of fat. But you know what? I'm not. I'm not this. Good Lord, Davis. Just log off. Okay, Davis. Log the hell off. I mean, this is a little bit of advice from me to you. A little bit of life hack. A little bit of Prima strategy guide tip from me to you there, Davis. Log the fuck off. Okay. Go get a fucking job. Just... Oh, look at it. Oh, man. Matt, you gotta send that to me on Skype.
What, the picture?
Yeah, I gotta.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
dude. Whenever I fuck up in life, I'm just gonna like look up this picture and be like, okay, I'm not doing so bad.
Yeah, no matter how far low you fall in life, you never pose for a photo of an unlit cigarette in your mouth. Your $10 Walgreens sunglasses, perfectly angled to show off your bloodshot eyes.
I hear
wearing
Michael
a
wants-
leather jacket you bought at Goodwill for $30.
I like how it's fastened around the fucking collar too.
I just noticed that.
Who the fuck does that?
I'm sure it is.
By the way,
I hear
speaking
Milo
of the
once took a black dick out of his mouth just to call Davis gay.
By the way, did you? Like I said, I missed most of the stream because I was on Sharia LaBou's stream. Did you talk about my British stream speculation as to why he's always wearing sunglasses indoors now?
No, but yeah, you mentioned you think because you said that he has prescription sunglasses and you think he's too broke to have a regular pair of prescription glasses.
Well, to be fair, it was British James who came up with that first, but yeah, he's literally N-word rich right now.
Oh, look at that, dude. That's just that is some glorious fucking cringe.
I don't know if I buy that argument because from what I understand, like I heard that like in Canada, like cigarettes are like somewhere like they're like $17 a pack, and I don't know what booze is, but I'm sure they have like all these sin taxes.
Oh, I think all his fucking money goes to like he lives off cigarettes and booze.
I remember him once messaging me talking about how he was basically broke, but he assumed he had some money coming in later in the day. He's like, should I spend the last amount of money I have on whiskey? And I'm like, do you have food? Like, yeah, I have food. I already have smokes. So I just sort of gave him the answer, like, get the whiskey, make an Irish breakfast. Not like he was going to listen to me. He was going to get the booze anyway.
Super chat.
Oh, super chat. I'm sorry, I was too mesmerized by this fucking cringe. You can't look away. It's almost hypnotic. Red Pill Jesus sends $10 and says, one of Damus's main issues is he has a warped concept of friendship, thinking that people is supposed to kiss his ass all the time. And if anyone criticizes him, even in a joking fashion, he screams betrayal. I mean, look, I don't always succeed at this. Obviously, I'm a human being, but I try to be a kind of guy that just, people can bust my balls, people can criticize me, and I try to take it well. Do I always take it well? No, I'm a human being. Sometimes you'll push my buttons, you'll catch me on a bad day. Sometimes I'll get pissy.
I did that to you once.
Yeah, but it happens. Look, I try to be that way. Okay, I don't define friendship as everyone has to kiss my ass. Everyone has to agree with me. No one can bust my balls. All right, I like busting my friends' balls. My best friend in the world since high school, since we were both like 14 or something. My best friend in the world. He's like a brother to me. He is a full-blooded Native American, and to this day, I refer to him as Squanto. Like when we were in high school, we were in the same history class, and this tells you how dumb public school teachers are. But we were in the same history class, and he was sick one day, and the teacher's like, "Where's?" I'm not gonna say his name, Carl. Where's Carl? I'm like, yeah, he's not feeling well. The government sent him some blankets the other day, and he hasn't felt well since. And she didn't get the joke, which was amazing.
Smallpox, cough, smallpox.
Yeah, but we'd argue to be like, hey, don't make me cough on you, and you die 3 days later. He makes jokes about scalping me when we're arguing. Okay, it's fucking funny. All right. I got a German last name. He calls me a Nazi all the fucking time. He's like, shut up, Fuhrer, shut up, Kaiser, that kind of stuff. But that's just the friends. Okay, that's what we do. It's fine.
Well, not just friends, though. Like, guys just bust balls. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, in fairness, I think that's a little bit of more of an East Coast thing. I could be wrong about that, but I think it is kind of more of an East Coast thing.
Maybe. I mean, I grew up in Maryland and I lived in PA since I was a teenager. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, the culture on the West Coast is a bit more like nicey, passive aggressive. By the way, Luke, check your Skype. I sent you another image.
Liam Gray sends $5, $5 Australian. Not sure how much it ends up being, but thank you anyways. He says, I want to be proactive and push back against tyranny, and now I'm constantly scared I'll be consumed by pride like Davis and become part of the problem. Well, I mean, you just got to have some, like, look, I'm not telling you don't be involved. Don't be involved politically. Don't have serious beliefs, whatever. I'm just saying, like, don't take yourself so seriously. That's it, you know? And by the way, I think he called into this show before. He has a fucking monster in my pocket as his avatar. And I remember the first time he called in, I was like, oh my God, you just brought back a ton of memories. I had a bunch of those.
Can I say something to that?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, don't worry about your ideology so much. Just worry about your psychological health. The problem with Davis is, and I swear to God, I'm not saying this, I mean this and stuff like that. I think basically stop ignoring like what reality is saying to you. And I think that's what happened to Davis. If reality is giving you a message, it was kind of like that joke about like if you meet one asshole, you know, in the morning, and then if at night if you met 12 assholes, maybe you're the asshole. So
or if you're kicked out of 109 places.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Be careful now. We got to be careful about those kind of jokes nowadays. You know.
Shut it down. But no, seriously. Yeah, that's. I mean, just.
But Chris, you know what I meant, right?
Yeah. That's
Davis.
Exactly what
Davis has been booted from 109 online subcultures.
Yeah. So it's like no, because like look, like you know, I'm an asshole. I mean, we all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. Too quick there.
Senegal Chief says $2. Says I'd bust Davis's balls. Where's Hadron's purse?
You know, Matt can be a total dick. He's one of my best friends online because I mean, one of the reasons I really like Matt, he always tells it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat shit for me. He's always, you know, if he thinks I'm a dick, he's the first fucking person to say it.
You got to be willing to take a look in the mirror. You got to be willing to say like maybe I'm in the wrong here. You know, you don't take yourself so seriously. Be willing to look at yourself, you know, have some humility about things. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's better than the alternative.
Yeah, and if anyone doubts, just look at that picture.
Yeah. This there it is.
Or the picture I sent Luke. You can look at that picture too.
Luke?
Yeah, is it safe to put up? If it is,
it is safe. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't know what Matt's saying.
It's not his gaping asshole, is it?
No, I haven't. No, we haven't found his YouPorn profile yet.
I may sound like a wimp, but I'm still not comfortable about talking about the sexual things. So.
I mean, look, I avoided that subject for a while too, but like you want to keep going lower and lower, Davis. I mean, that's fine. You know, you can set the tone for this, I guess. But I mean, I don't even have to, because all I have to do is just put the. In fact, that might be my only response to him from now on is just to show the picture for like an hour straight. Just laughing.
What was that? You used to mention that. What was that Republican guy where he used to just have that piece of ham?
Oh yeah, it was some bit. It was Colbert did that back when he was funny, but he put like glasses on a ham and he was like interviewing it like it was Karl Rove. Like he'd ask it questions and it would be like, "That's interesting, Carl. Interesting."
So yeah, you can just do that. Like you don't have to. You just okay, that's it.
Man, that is fucking hilarious.
But I have noticed, this is a serious thing, like for people who are into analytic research. As soon as you pull down Aubrey Plaza, your views went down by 8 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, what does that mean?
I don't know if we can.
It means those Satanists are better off not being here.
I think.
Yo, don't talk that way about my future ex-wife.
Whatever, Mick.
Oh, you guinea fuck.
I think it had more to do with putting up Davis there. The eyes, they just sort of follow you. Like one of those paintings.
Caption this photo. Baby's first candy cigarette.
Oh, God.
Oh. Craig Langley says, I bet Davis is a big donor to countercurrents. I'm going to pretend I don't understand that joke.
Well, one of his buddies is that that some faggot who writes over at Countercurrent, some pagan faggot. But yeah. But no, Davis can't be a donor to Countercurrents or anyone because he has no money.
He's a sperm donor.
He's a Santorum donor.
That's rough.
No,
I love
actually,
that.
Yeah, sorry.
I love that you know exactly what I was talking about.
I know exactly what that is. Oh.
Well, it's too bad that Bechtloff is too good to visit his own voice chat in Discord, but someone actually asked, they were talking about Davis's drinking, like, kind of like, maybe concern or just curiosity. They said, what does he drink and, how much? And someone said about a gallon of semen a day. Dude, that's not me. That was actually some,
Dude, I don't know why that just reminded me of I think it was Missy Elliott, but it was some female rapper in the 90s. I remember like it made the news that she had to get her stomach pumped. She had like enough semen in her stomach to fill a Coke can. And I just remember thinking like, I don't know how many dicks she sucked, but I know I can't fill no Coke can.
Well, not in one try, anyway.
I mean, if I go long enough before I shoot, I could maybe knock one off the counter. But
okay, all right, chill. No jokes.
Yeah.
Right? Picture any of you guys fucking touching your junk.
Yeah, you remember when Davis broke his hand? It wasn't because he was fighting. He was breaking up a dog fight. It was because he tried to break into the sperm bank.
Oh, ouch.
Matt,
Matt, you're a mean guy. You're a mean guy.
I am. I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm a spiteful individual. But you know what? At least I've never posed for a picture with an unlit cigarette in my mouth.
That's true.
Or as British James might say, with a fag in his mouth.
Good one.
Oh, dude. I could laugh at that picture all night.
Out there, English people call cigarettes fags. You probably don't know that.
I could laugh at that picture all night. That is the wow.
Super chat.
Oh, super chat. Eldritch fan sends $2 and says, I got work in the morning, but I can't stop watching. I can't stop laughing.
Size will not let you leave.
Yeah, look at it. It's like,
dude, like all you people talking about, like, I've got work tomorrow. I've got a job to do. You just snort a line of Adderall and get on with your day. I pulled an all-nighter here, okay? And I don't even have the Adderall because that shit's illegal here, okay? Go to the doctor, tell him you got ADHD, and let him fill up.
Well, I'm a second shifter, so this is, I don't go to bed till 3 or 4.
If you need to fake some symptoms, just develop a twitch, okay? Just a nervous twitch. Put some moose antlers on your head and run around pissing yourself. You'll get the Adderall script easy.
I cannot believe. Like, I mean, real talk. Because again, I know you're watching, Davis. I know you are. Don't act like you're not. Like all you had to do was just like go.
Do what you said you were going to weigh and go away.
Yeah, like we were losing interest. Okay, we were like yes, the fire didn't die down immediately. Okay, but like, yeah, if you stop throwing fucking logs and gas on it, it's gonna die down.
Well, like I said, it's like this. It's like the story of the Russian revolutionary who was going to get hanged, but then the rope broke, and he was due to get a pardon, but then he decided to mouth off and be like, "This country's so backwards, we can't even make rope." So the pardon was denied, and he got hanged anyway.
Yeah,
that's you,
usually
Davis.
In Europe, if the rope breaks, you get off.
Yeah, exactly. Davis, all you had to do was not run your mouth.
Red Pill Jesus sends $5 and says, I heard Aaron Clary doesn't like Davis either, but was never confirmed by the man himself. And plus, Davis still says positive things about Clary. Well,
Davis
again, I'm
is
not
very clueless.
I'm not gonna talk about if Clary has a problem with Davis, that's for him to say or not say. But
we'll just say this much, okay? Given Davis's current track record with friends and former friends, how do you think Clary really feels about him? Just ask yourself that.
Well, like I said, I'm not commenting on it. That's for Clary to talk about. All I will say is there are a lot of people who won't comment publicly on the situation that think, they think Davis is a snake. Somebody says, I see one downvote on the video. I wonder who that is. Wow. Like there's other stuff I wanted to stream about too, but who knows when I'll get to it.
Well, Chris, before you move on to the next topic, with your permission, I gave a couple of super chats, so I'm hoping you'll allow me to endorse somebody.
Oh, go ahead. What?
There's a mutual friend that Forney and you and I all have who wrote a book recently, and I'm not sure which nom de plume I can use, but Matt, you can talk about his book.
Oh, Tony Martell?
Wait, who?
Yeah, the White Identity book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what's it called? Awesomely White.
Yeah, it's called it's Awesomely White, and it's awesome.
Okay, yeah, Awesomely White, and you can get it on Amazon, right?
Yep. Yeah, I like Tony. I'll give him a little free shout out there.
Wherever you are, Tony.
The guy that was living in his car for a while, and he worked he worked 2 jobs and was saving up and stuff. I mean, it's hard times out there.
Yeah, wherever you are, Tony, smoking a cigar, staring out into the night sky. Well, you're keep on trucking, and your book is good.
Tucking your glasses down with an unlit cigarette in your mouth.
So, Awesomely White. Check it out. You can get it on Amazon.
Craig says, Davis has become Richard Spencer, but with somehow more semen on his sheets.
Sounds like a writer to me.
None of it was his, though.
What is it with, Craig also mentioned this in the chat. What is it with all the bisexuals having meltdowns? Spencer, Goad. Well, okay. They're all fags. Never mind. I answered my own question.
I don't know. I'm too old. There used to be no such thing as bisexuals. Back in my day, you were either
you didn't have women back then.
Oh, but I'm pumped. Look, you either suck dick or you did not suck dick. There was no in between.
Remember, kids, if you build 1,000 bridges but you suck one cock, you'll always be remembered as a cocksucker.
Yeah, I don't get. Actually, the bi thing is. Well, you know what? I don't even fucking know. You millennials kind of made that cool.
I mean, it's not gay when you're in prison and you're on top, right?
That was what
Jim
Goat
it's
told
actually
me.
not. I mean,
that's just about survival.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in prison, you got to do what you got to do. But as far as I know, Davis never did any time.
Wow, I can't get over how ridiculous that is.
The picture?
Yeah, that's something. He did.
How do you think I felt when I first saw it?
He did that on purpose.
8 years ago.
Can you imagine Matt in his early 20s and that pops up? What the fuck is this?
God. Oh man. You could send that picture as an audition for I don't even know what is a gay porn site. You can send it to a gay porn site as an audition.
You could send it to blacksonboys.com.
Well, if you ever want to create a false Grindr profile, there you go. Super chat, buddy.
Oh, super chat. As soon as I turn away, there's a super chat. Red Pill Jesus says that explains why Davis hates Sargon so much, because he felt there was only room for one pretentious prick on the internet. I'm not gonna lie. When Davis, because contrary to what he says, when after the initial free folk thing, I dropped that subject for a while, and part of the reason I was able to stay away from that subject is because Sargon was shitting his pants in a very, very similar way. So anything I would have said about Davis, I could have just said about Sargon. So I just started talking about Sargon for a while. And it's just an example of, a would-be savior who, lost his mind because he didn't do so well in a debate, and then joins, or in Sargon's cases, forms a gay little club to try and heal his bruised ego. And it's like, you just lost a debate. Like, take the L. Like, there is, you want the best advice on how to not be Davis. Just learn to take the L in life, okay? Sometimes you lose.
Well,
take the L. Don't take the L. Don't take the D.
Don't take the. No, but Matt said something on his stream today. By the way, Matt, that was one of your better streams. He said that, like, when there was the debate with Pastor Tom, like, Davis lost, but, like, not horribly, but he lost. But, I mean, who is going to really win unless you're a professional theologian against Pastor Tom? He went to college for this shit.
Yeah, Pastor Tom does that for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually amazed when Davis agreed. I kind of only asked Davis. I was sort of trying to be like a courtesy, and I thought Davis would just say no and then maybe point me in the direction of someone else who wanted to do it, because I knew Davis wasn't going to do well in a debate, period, because he's just not quick on his feet. But I thought, I just kind of like asked him because I figured, like, it would be kind of a, I don't know, like a bit of ego boost. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, do you want to do it? And I figured he'd say no, and he'd point me in the direction of someone who would. And when he said yes, I was kind of like, okay. And at the time, I was sort of thinking of doing like serious theological debates. I wanted to do a lot of those. One of the biggest problems I had was I couldn't get a lot of conservative Protestants on. So I sort of,
because you say the F word, they don't know.
I got that naughty words sometimes, but so I sort of abandoned that. And after a while, I just decided, I'm just gonna do a fun show. That's all it's gonna be. Because then I saw Davis lose his mind, and I realized, you know what? Look at how toxic ego is, Bechtloff. Just do a fun show. That's all you got to do. Just entertain some people, with your perhaps clever antics, and that'll be it. That's all you got to do. Don't get high on your own supply.
It's a little too late for that for Davis, but we can always. Hey, you guys are all Christians, so you all believe in a redemption arc, correct?
Yes.
I don't want to speak for you. I just while he's still breathing, there's still hope, right?
Yes. Well, I don't believe anyone still breathing is beyond the possibility of redemption.
And also, Protestants don't believe in what are the Catholics like? What's a sin that you can't be forgiven? What do they call it again?
A mortal sin.
And there's venial sins.
Yeah. So Protestants don't even believe in a mortal sin. So
Protestants, not all of them, but most of them, at least I do, believe once saved, always saved. But then, some of the people who walk away, we would argue, well, they were never really saved, and if they come back, I guess they were. We kind of take the position that you can't truly know. That's why you need to examine yourself a great deal.
Right, like so the Pope can't decide. Well, you're out of it.
Yeah, some guy can't be like, well, no, it doesn't work that way.
Well, if its hat's big enough, it does.
Yeah, there's only one guy who can make that call.
Anyway, the point is there is a redemption arc. So, like, we've had a lot of fun, and whatever. And he, to be honest, he did deserve it because he didn't learn, and he still was pretentious. But there is hope for a redemption arc for anybody. That if you're a Christian and you believe in that, everybody can have a redemption arc.
Yes, I'm not sure anything short of divine intervention is gonna.
You had to fuck it up. You had to.
No. Here's the thing. Like, Davis will have to put aside his ego. Davis will have to put aside his ego, and I don't. He would, barring some literal divine intervention. You know, I just. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm saying he'd almost have to. He'd have to have like everything collapse around him or something. I don't know what would trigger the necessary epiphany.
This stream.
Maybe.
Doubt it.
Here's the thing, like my laughing at him, and I'm not going to sit here and act like this is why I'm doing it, really. But my laughing at him is the best thing for him right now. Now, is that why I'm doing it? No, fuck him. I'm doing it because it's funny.
It's not. It's not why you're doing it.
But that it is the best thing for him. Okay. I'm doing him more favors than his handful of dick rider ass kissers right now. All right. Again, I'm not claiming that's why I'm doing it, but as a happy little side effect, it's the best medicine for him. Red Pill Jesus sends $5 in, says, what boggles my mind about Davis is how someone like him can be so smart yet so stupid at the same time with the cringy things he says and done. Well, that's one of the things about intelligence, about the double-edged sword, sometimes the diminishing returns of intelligence. Smart people can talk themselves into very, very stupid things.
Well, can I speak on this for a second?
Sure.
I don't believe. I'm not saying Davis is stupid. I actually believe he is on the right side of the bell curve. I don't believe he's nearly as intelligent as he thinks he is, or more importantly, he'd like other people to think he is.
No, I would agree with you on that.
Like Matt, for example. Matt is one of the few people I know that's more intelligent than myself. I freely admit that. You know, not by a lot, but he is. But Davis, you know, he talks about, like, you know, I think, I don't know if we were talking in private or maybe it was in VC, Chris. You know, he talks about all these authors, like, you know, read Thomas Aquinas and, you know, stuff like that, or you know, or Immanuel Kant or something like that. Have you tried to read these motherfuckers? Do you really think Davis read those people?
Yeah, he's like talking Bechtloff is angry because this website has quotes from like philosophers like Aquinas and Kant. Davis thinks Kant is a contraction.
Yeah, that was good, Matt. KAN''T.
But yeah, I don't think he's. Davis strikes me as the kid that could bullshit at least a C on a book report after watching the movie. That's what he is. Yeah, he's smarter than most people. But he's to quote what someone said of Sargon, you're not as smart as you think you are.
Yeah. And I think that it's hard for him to accept it about himself. I mean, I think I don't know if it was Chris I was talking this about, but everybody creates some degree of a false self. But that's just a human nature, or, you know, our ego. But the point is, you want if you're remotely psychologically healthy, you want your false self and your real self to be very, very, very close. And with Davis, there's infinity between the two.
Well, there's as I've heard it said before, there's the you hope you are, and there's the you fear you are, and you know the goal in life is to try to get closer to the one than the other. But yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was saying about ego. You know, he can't give up the illusions. He can't ever face. You know, he's sitting here bragging about, like, I wrote a science fiction novel. You farted out some Fallout fan fiction and sold it to your handful of buddies and called it a day.
I'll defend not less than the time, Rake. I'll defend As I Walk These Broken Roads. When I read it, it was pretty good. Not the best novel, but it was a good first effort. But here's the thing: people keep forgetting this. It was supposed to be book one in a trilogy.
A trilogy.
Weird how the second and third books never materialized.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why he did this. Because think about it. If you wrote a science fiction novel, wouldn't you maybe go to like some conventions? Like, I know it's icky man children there, but if I wrote a science fiction novel, I would be hitting up sci-fi conventions trying to pimp it. Okay, I wouldn't just sell it to my handful of people that watch the YouTube channel. I would be really, really trying to push this, right? But he did not write it because he was interested in selling books. He did not write it because he was interested in writing books. He wrote it so that he could put author on his Twitter bio. That's it. He's not interested in doing things. He's interested in costumes.
Well, I would call that he's interested in external validation, I think is the psychological phrase.
Yes. He wanted to put author on his Twitter bio because it sounded cool. It's why right now he calls himself a saxophone player. He just picked up the saxophone a week ago and can half-ass fucking belt out what was that song, the Over the Rainbow song from Wizard of Oz? Yeah, that'll really do a lot for the gay rumors, by the way, Davis.
Fuck. Great.
But yeah, he like half-ass pumps out this song on the stream. It's like, now look, everybody's got to start somewhere. Okay, okay, fine. You know what I mean? Every journey starts with a step. I get that. I'm not criticizing that. What I'm criticizing is the fact that he's already like, I'm a saxophone player.
Well,
not I want to be a saxophone player, not I'm learning the saxophone. No, he picks it up, he pushes some fucking air through it, and he's a saxophone player. Because he's not interested in playing the saxophone. He's interested in putting saxophone player on his Twitter bio.
He didn't even play the entire song. Because that was probably the part he played on the stream was probably the only part he could manage.
Well, you guys didn't give him enough credit because apparently he can also play the flute as well.
I hear he can play the skin flute. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the video that Luke did, he can play the flute.
Yeah.
Playing the saxophone. You know, it's pretty impressive, by the way.
I love how Luke managed to make the sound sync up to his movements too. I don't know how Luke does it, but. Oh, and that's the other thing. When I put that little meme up, like I had that idea. And I was like, Luke, could you do this real quick? We'll put it up on it was up on the Landshark channel. He like was on Twitter or no, it was on Skype. I think he was like, Bechtloff didn't really do that. He had Luke do that. Like it's any secret that I'm a retard and I don't know how to make videos. Like I have Luke animate, but
you're a techno boomer. Yeah.
I don't even have Movie Maker on here. I literally don't even have the tools on this laptop to do it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the tools. I got a guy for that. And my guy did that, okay?
And he did a very good job. By the way, props on that, Luke. That was impressive. Which I told you last time we spoke. Props on that.
That was fucking fun. And that was like the only response I did to him last night, too. Like, he's messaging me on Skype. I'm just sort of ignoring him. And, I just put that up and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed soon. Like I was tired last night. I didn't feel like playing, and he was mad about that.
But he didn't really want to get into a back and forth conversation.
I don't know, but he messages me on Skype last night as I was chatting with people in the voice chat, and he sends me his fucking gay article. Like I hadn't said, you see what I did? I called you fat. Yeah, he
sent the same article to me. He's like, please just leave me alone. I don't want to fight with you guys. That's right. You leave Davis Arini alone right now.
Yes,
I mean it. If you have a problem with him, you deal with me because he's not well right now.
Yes, Davis, I saw your article. It was great. It's going to go right up on the refrigerator, champ. Did you do that all by yourself?
Good boy.
Well, I got some good comments about Arini from a friend who I won't name. But he says, Arini's article about the drama is so funny. It's too bad he didn't include his truly badass accomplishments, like the rough draft preview of the Sarkringian effect, or Arini plays with friends under a bridge. And he said his shitty sci-fi novel was greatly received or something else equally false and gay. Like, yeah, we get it, Arini. You've dabbled in a lot of things you have zero talent for and aren't dedicated enough to achieve even basic levels of competence in. You're a half-assed writer, a home movie quality director and film editor, and otherwise you just wander between movements you can LARP in. Willing to bet he's a suck-ass sax player.
Well, I just want to say about the martial arts, like as someone who's been involved in that, he doesn't know dick about it.
Are you saying that you weren't impressed by his movie where he played Ninja Turtles with some guys in the field?
I, for one, really love the choreography where the dudes just held out their sticks and Arini just struck them without moving any variation, because that's what real sword fighting is. Okay, one person holds out their sword and then you just swing it at them without even attempting to hit their legs or anything vulnerable. That's how real sword fighting works.
Well, actually, there's a martial art called Eskrima. It's Filipino. Oh, by the way, Matt, you should know this one. And I think that's what he was trying to mock, but he obviously has no skill in that. Because I've studied a few martial arts. I'm not saying I'm like fucking Bruce Lee or anything like that, but I can tell a poser from someone who's actually really trained.
Craig Lamley says in the chat, Davis's eyes are turning me gay faster than an alt-right conference, Luke. Please put the brain-damaged satanic Puerto Rican back up, please.
Yes. Can we have like at least one square of Aubrey, please? My fiance.
Yeah, you can do some more Aubrey posting there.
Can we all just admit though she is beautiful regardless of her?
Oh, she's I'd fuck the shit out of her. Yeah.
Okay.
She's impressive.
We all can agree on this, yes.
Well, she's a Satanist.
Fuck you, Matt. She's not a Satanist.
Look, I mean, if we're gonna like not show Satanists, we're not allowed to show anyone from Hollywood.
There you go. Fair point.
It'd be just Chris Pratt and Mel Gibson, and I'm sorry, I don't swing that way like David. Although I suppose if I was going to, I could do a lot worse than those two.
Luke, what are you asleep? Where is she?
Luke, I think we've lost Luke. Luke's here in spirit.
Well, I threw an image of Davis and I wanted to put up a while back, and he hasn't put it up yet. So it's Davis in a skirt.
Oh my God, we lost Luke.
No.
The Arini came down on him.
He died laughing at Davis's bed shot there. Oh, Davis. Dude, Davis could post a picture of me if I weighed 500 pounds, and it wouldn't be as embarrassing as that headshot. I could be washing myself with a rag on a stick, and I wouldn't be as embarrassed as that headshot.
Hey, Matt, circa what year was
that? This was in 2011.
Okay.
Wow.
He used to have this picture on his website, too.
Oh, did he? I never saw this one, because that is...
No, this was like ages ago.
that is gay.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because, good Lord, that's. Oh man. Oh, Davis, this will keep going as long as you want it to.
Oh, I do have one question for you, Chris. Did you ever actually listen to the Twitch stream?
Oh, the Sunday night one? No, I didn't. I was doing a live react, and we only got like 20 minutes into it.
Okay, so no one, either have I. So no one even knows what he said after that.
Yeah, because it took an hour to dissect 20 minutes worth of Davis's ramblings.
Fair enough.
And I didn't even want to do a stream that night. It's just like, damn it, and then like Monday night, I just took a break. Yeah. All right.
You were arenied out.
Oh, hold on, you can't quit yet. There's a super chat.
Oh, super chat. Thank you. Eldritch fan sends $5, says, when the day of the rake comes, we spare Audrey Plaza, but John Steele gets to keep her for his personal use. Rehabilitate her, John.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Quick, everyone, give Bechtloff money so he's forced to stay on all night.
Keep the super chat. Oh, on, let's see. Maybe
the Stop Bechtloff from going to bed fund.
The Stop Bechtloff from going to bed fund. Who was up for this? I mean, I've done my part. You guys can do yours.
It's like, why couldn't you make it into work? I'm sorry, I didn't get to bed till 9 in the morning. They wouldn't stop.
It'd be funny if like people could send like 2 cents donations and just keep you up all night.
They'll give just a penny.
I think the minimum you
Isn't
can
it
send is
penny at a
90,
time?
the minimum you can send is like 99 cents. So,
Well, let's see. We got 70 viewers watching. Okay.
But yeah, anyways, folks, if you enjoy the content we put out, do consider supporting the show. We got the tip jar down below. You get the PayPal, Patreon, and Amazon wish list. Those are all ways you can support the show. You can send a one-time donation of any amount on PayPal. You can become a regular supporter of any amount on the Patreon. And you can buy me some of that dumb shit that I like that makes me a worthless man-child off the Amazon wish list. And you can check out the sponsor, Steve's Jerky, and that's a win-win because that gets you some delicious Steve's Jerky, and that makes him want to keep being my sponsor. So that's about all we got for tonight, folks. Just don't take yourself too seriously. If anything in this world, folks, if you take away anything from the cautionary tale that is Davis M.J. Arini, do not take yourself so seriously, because that is his greatest sin. More so than anything else. And yeah, we all had a good laugh at his degenerate, other shit. But yeah, the real sin is his pride. Don't let that be your sin. All right, folks, that's about all we got for tonight. I want to thank you all for listening. Bechtloff out.